So I absolutely used to hate the agency business model because it was very messy. I felt constantly overwhelmed. I felt burnt out. I was like, bro, how the hell am I supposed to manage all of this? Like, that guy is paying the invoice, so now he expects me to be his slave, and then I have to find new clients as well, because if I don't hit like 50k a month, like, my sense of self is gonna be shattered and I'm gonna hate myself. I'll feel like fucking killing myself and shit. But I realized it's one of the best fucking ways to have cash flow. So, like, I absolutely fucking loved software. Like, it's genuinely the thing I'm the most passionate about, software as a service. Like, that's my favorite fucking business model, and that's what I'm building on the site. But the amount of work and money and time it takes to make a software company successful to the point where it actually makes you a lot of money and you can eventually sell it later, it takes a lot of work, man, to put it out simply. And that's why, in order to fund the software, the startup which I have, I kind of run a service based business as well, so that I can deliver to people from that business. I can get cash flow, which I can invest into other ventures, which will make me a lot of money. And at the same time, because I'm working in a service based industry, I'm understanding my niche as well. So I work with like B2B companies, and B2B companies are the target audience for my software as well. So I understand them, and I can later sell the software to them as well. And last but not the least, it just teaches you like marketing, sales, or service based business. But I just did like a couple of things like a few weeks ago, maybe, in order to completely transition the way my business was structured. So I'm still providing services, but I'm not hating my life due to it. I genuinely have a life which I fucking love. Like, after I'm done recording this video, I'll go out in the fucking gym. Living in Thailand, like, I'll go to the fucking beach, relax, enjoy, and no, I don't have a fucking course to sell you, whatever. But yeah, I just made like 3 freaking changes into the way everything is structured, and that made a service based business much less of a mess to manage. So now I have the best of the both worlds. Service based businesses like agency models, everything, they give you a lot of cash flow. They're very easy to fucking run. Like, I know it's not effortless. Like, if you think you can get into it and it's gonna be easy, it's not gonna be easy. But compared to something else like fucking info products, or like, what do you say, like software as a service, it's like 1,000 times easier. Getting sales for software, everything, it's genuinely much more difficult, like managing the customer support, whatever. So it's a comparatively easier business model. You get a lot of cash flow upfront, and you learn a lot of fucking cool skills as well, which will help you in any fucking business. Like, there's a reason like most of the successful entrepreneurs in the world started from a service based business. Anyways, like, none of the story things, let's get into the practical shit which I actually did to make my life 1,000 times better whilst running a service based business, and getting all the positive benefits of it as well, and negating all the bad effects, like having a lot of shit to struggle and not being fucking burnt out. Like, that's the end goal, right? The first thing I did is eliminate sales calls as a whole. I don't know, some people like taking sales calls, but I never did, and I absolutely fucking hate sales calls. So I eliminated them off my calendar. I see these idiots on Instagram post the stories like the calendars are fully filled out, like they have 10, 15, 20 calls a day. I'm like, bro, that's a fucking nightmare to me. Because I can be enjoying life, I can be fucking living my life, and instead I have to sit on like a fucking Zoom call, and like half of the prospects which show up, they're fucking absolute idiots and clowns, and then I'm fucking stuck. Especially if you're doing like free fucking calls. If you're doing like paid consultations, people are paying you for your time, and then maybe you're upselling them something, people actually respect you. People actually respect your opinion. But if you're like, oh yeah bro, like yeah, get on the free discovery call, like, I absolutely hate that shit, bro. My time is worth money. So why the fuck should I be begging you to get on a free fucking discovery call with me, even through outreach, whatever? And I just decided, bro, like, I'm not gonna go on a sales call. So today in the morning, like, a guy asked me on LinkedIn, like, can we hop on a quick call to discuss everything, like how you can help me? Even though that guy was a fucking multimillionaire, I said, like, bro, there's nothing we cannot discuss in the DMs. So why do you wanna get on a call? Like, a random girl, like, she pitched me a new software for cold email outreach, and I never say no when someone pitches me, because I want to see like what they have. I can maybe learn a thing or two from their marketing, everything. And then I asked her like the price for something, and she's like, yeah, we let's get on a call. I'm like, I asked you a simple question, tell me the fucking price. I don't want to get on a 30-minute call with you. And I absolutely fucking hate sales calls. Like, I don't like buying from people who ask me to get on a sales call with them. If you genuinely have something of value to offer, just let me know what the fuck you have and tell me the price. I appreciate it. If I want it, I'll definitely buy. If I don't want it, no matter what the fuck you say on the sales call, like, you cannot convince me to buy. You cannot tell me like, oh, what would your mother think of it? Like, what would it mean for your family, an extra $5,000-$10,000 a month, bro? I absolutely fucking hate this space. I absolutely fucking hate sales calls. So yeah, I just fucking decided like I don't want to do it anymore. And that instantly frees up like 3 to 10 hours of your day. Because every sales call is around an hour long. I know on the calendar it says like 30 minutes, but maybe the person shows up like 5 minutes late, then the call lasts for like 40 minutes, and after that, you need like 5 to 10 minutes to go to the washroom and just wind off. So, every call you take, it ends up taking like 1 to 2 hours of your time. Sorry, like an hour of your time. And if you have like 8 calls a day, 8 hours of your day are gone. Like 1/3 of your day is gone. And like everyone speaks about leverage, like every entrepreneur, like I never understood this. Everyone is out here speaking about fucking leverage, like we should get more for what we put in. Yet why the fuck are these companies who are making like millions, why do they never think that sales calls are maybe not as high leverage of an opportunity? Because in a sales call, the chances of you closing the deal is actually like what? Like 20-25%? So you have to invest like 5 hours to get a customer. And this direct effort in all. So every single day you have to spend like hours of your time just to get a customer. Why not use something much more higher leverage? Like selling in the DMs or using like a funnel to sell. Because Russell Brunson has made hundreds and millions of dollars. And he has not gotten on sales calls. Like Sam Owens used to sell his mastermind program, which is like $36,000. And he sold them via email. Himanshu Agarwal, he sold like a mastermind for $55,000-$60,000 in an Indian market. Like one of the worst markets to sell it. $60,000 mastermind in Instagram DMs. People message him. He said, this is what you get. This is how much it costs. Like 40 lakh rupees, which is around $50,000 plus GST. So like 20% in taxes. And yeah, people were like, okay, cool. This is good. Okay, cool. I don't want this. You know another benefit this actually gave me, like eliminating sales calls from a company, and I'll tell you like how you can do this practically as well, by the way. 10% extra profits. Because I don't have to pay closers anymore. So what eventually ends up happening is you start with taking sales calls, but there comes a point where you cannot take a lot of sales calls. But if you fucking fire the people, like the fucking sales reps, you get like 10% extra profit. Because you don't have to pay sales reps anymore. So I'm thinking like, bro, I'm paying my sales reps like $600 for every single client they generate. I can just take the $600 extra dollars. I can get like a 7-day trip, a 7-day vacation, or not maybe a 7-day vacation, but like a 3 to 4 day vacation extra every single month for every single client I close. I'm paying them like $600. Why the fuck can I not take that money in my pocket? And if you're thinking like, how the fuck am I actually supposed to do it? And if you try to sell like a $3,000 a month retainer by sending like a pitch deck in the fucking DMs, you're just gonna get ghosted. Like, no one wants to do that. So the way I did this is just work on a performance-based model. So tell them like, I'm gonna only charge you once we deliver results. And you can do this on like a paper lead model. So let's say every single lead you generate for a client, like I don't think so that's a good strategy, because it's not valuable. Like the client still has to call up the lead, follow up with them, whatever. So what I'll suggest you to do is, whatever you're doing, like most of you will be into helping other businesses scale, like selling Facebook ads to local businesses, whatever. So for every single appointment they generate, you can charge them. If you're doing like B2B appointments, like that's what we do. We reach out to like 3 people on LinkedIn DMs like every single week, and we onboard 1 to 2 of them, and we tell them, you pay us like $100 to $500 upfront, and after that, for every single sales calls we generate for you, you only pay us like $100 per call, which is qualified and it actually shows up. So for every call, you're paying us this amount of freaking money. And it's a no-brainer offer for them, because for them, like, my friend Chad, he closed like a $6,000 deal, I think like 2 days ago. Another guy is probably interested in like a 2.5k USD package. And he had to pay us just like $50 to $100 for the call. So he can invest like $50 to $100, do fucking nothing, and go on a 20-minute call and make like $6,000. So it's an absolute fucking steal for businesses like his. And that's why this shit works. So find a business where the average order value is very high, like they sell expensive shit, probably over $2,000 to $3,000 at least, and then charge them per every appointment you generate. Another thing you can do, like, this is an offer I've sold as well, and it works really well. You can go to like, let's say a creator on Instagram, or like a YouTuber, for example, let's say me, and you can just start fucking clipping my clips. Like, let's say, like, this is what I'll do if I was in your case. So I'll go to a guy who's running like Facebook ads for his products and services. Like let's say he's a coach and he's running Facebook ads. You tell them, bro, I know like the average CPM on Facebook, like how much he has to pay to Facebook to get like 1,000 views is around $10. What I'm gonna do is, you already have existing content on YouTube. I'm gonna take that content and I'm gonna repurpose it. I'm gonna post it into Reels, Shorts, TikToks, everything. And for every 1,000 views, you pay me $1. No upfront commitment. You just pay me like $1 for 1,000 views. And is that not crazy? He's getting the same thing he's paying Facebook for at 10 times the price. 10 times cheaper. And you can make a lot of money. Like, getting 100,000 views on an Instagram reel is not difficult. Like, genuinely not difficult. Like, I know if I invest like 1 month into doing nothing but learning fucking Instagram, I can get like 100k followers. Like, I know it for a certainty. Now, some of you might be like, Somil bro, you're cocky, arrogant, you only have 200 followers. But bro, I know for a certainty, if I give up everything, like if I shut down YouTube, if I shut down my business, if I stop focusing on my software company, and I make this my goal, that I want to go viral on Instagram, because the people who have like 1 million fucking subscribers, they're not better human beings than me. They just know some things which I fucking don't, because I'm not invested and dedicated the fucking time into learning that shit. If I can learn it, I can get where they fucking are. And I know in 30 days I can hit a fucking 100k if I give it my all. So you can invest 30 days into learning how the fuck you can get like 100k views, and then you're making like $100 per video. If you do it like every single day you're posting a video which gets like 100k views, you're making like 3,000 fucking dollars. 3k fucking dollars a month. And like, if a reel goes viral, if it hits like 1 million views, you can easily charge like $1,000 per reel. And like, I've done this. That's why I'm telling you. Like, there's this creator, you can search him up on Instagram, like, on YouTube. ALY, he has like 66,000 followers. So he got like, no battery on my laptop. So he got banned on YouTube, like not banned, but shadow banned, so his video stopped getting reach. And we reached out to him like a long time ago. And we said, bro, like we can repurpose your content so you can force your way through the shadow ban, exactly what Andrew Tate did. And he was like, cool, I'll pay you $2 per 1,000 views. We stopped that business because like none of me and my co-founder had like a editing background, and the amount of work it took for us to learn a new skill, we were like, bro, we can just stick to like what we were doing already. And if you don't believe me, you can go to my fucking website, you can find the exact me in a video call with that guy. So yeah, it's absolutely possible. And if you don't think like this is actually legit, like people won't pay for it, people are actively paying for it. You can go to Warp, like the website which Iman Gaji recently brought on. I've been seeing this, like they have this clipping program where you can apply and people pay you like between 50 cents to $2 to $3 for every single video. For example, if I make like an 8-minute YouTube video on Warp, and if I make like an 8-minute YouTube video on Warp and it gets like 1,000 views, I think they pay me like $50. So it's absolutely possible. Like Warp is paying it themselves. So you can just do this shit as well. But you essentially what you want to do is just work on a performance-based model where you either charge like a very small amount upfront, like less than $500, I'd say like $100 to $300. So you're not like investing anything upfront from your pocket. And most people, if they're making a lot of money, they don't care about paying you a couple $100. And then you like, let's say you tell them, you pay me $300 and the first 3 appointments are free. So this is not an advance or a setup fee. This is just like a small, like you're just paying for the first 3 appointments upfront so that we can cover the cost and everything and know yeah, we actually get paid. So you can just make something up. And yeah, that's what you want to do. Because if you have like a performance-based model, you don't have to get on sales calls, which save you like 10 to 15% extra profit margins every single year. And that's huge because remember, the founder of Nvidia, the guy worth $190 billion, own less than 10% of Nvidia. So if you have the aspirations of building a massive fucking company, like 10% profit margins is a fucking huge thing. Like if your company is making like $1 million a year, you can fucking buy yourself a supercar with that money just by eliminating sales calls. And the best part is you actually don't even have to get on like calls anymore. And I just work better when I have like an empty calendar because I like having fucking control of my life. Like I did not become an entrepreneur to fucking work a 9 to 5, or actually like even a worse version of a 9 to 5. And so just work on a performance basis, like eliminate sales calls as a whole. And I think you should be pretty much good to go because you've done this successfully. Now the next thing which I did is to reduce the amount of burnout and overwhelm and stress I was feeling is actually set like clear fucking expectations. And I know you've heard this like a billion fucking times and everyone is saying it, but I'll give you like a quick example. So There's this company, and like this guy who has like 7 fucking companies. One in Texas, one in UAE, one in Saudi, one in India, one in Australia, one in UK, like one in Turkey. And he has these companies all across the world. So they like became a client of us, and what we were essentially selling is we'll help you set up like outbound systems once, and then you run them. We did not say we're gonna run them for you and we're gonna do the work. So they cleared the invoice, and like I'll be honest, like I kind of made her offer seem really good. Like on a sales call, you're always like, if you're a marketer, you know how to use the right words to like increase the perceived value of something in the eyes of the prospect. So they thought they're getting like an end-to-end solution where we do all the work, but it was actually not, because they were not paying us enough for that. And like in terms of money, it just could not be possible for us to actually do like end-to-end work for them. So what ended up happening is they're fucking lazy to use a software because they have like 7 different companies to run, and obviously they don't have the time or the learning curve to learn a new software, especially because they're like old. So they're like over 45, 50 years old, and at that age I think your learning curves become slower. So they don't have the money to learn the software, and just because I did not set the right expectations, it led to a lot of fucking problems down the drain where they expected us to do the work, but we should have just told them, we won't do the work. We'll give you the system, we'll give you everything, but then from that point, you should be the one that takes care of everything. And that's a like lesson I learned, because Himanshu Agarwal, a really fucking successful guy, like a mentor of mine who made like $500,000 a year from his coaching business, the best fucking coaching business in the entirety of India. He used to say, Somil bro, peace is greater than money. And you don't realize it when you're in a fucking scarcity mindset, thinking like more money, 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 money. But like when you lose peace, you realize like, bro, this money is worth fuck all. Like I'll give you a quick example. So I was sparring with my friend one day, and I just dislocated my shoulder. It's there on my Instagram. So like there's a video of me like throwing this punch, and my left fucking shoulder came out like this, and I dislocated it. And at that point, I was in so much pain that I could not be bothered about money. And I know it's a very vague example, but you realize that money is not everything at the end of the day. Once you lose some things which actually matter, like your peace, your connection, your soul, your like how you fucking interact with God, how you interact with human beings, if you have fucking love in your life, you eventually realize like there are things greater than money. And no, I'm not the guy who's like, yeah, money does not matter. It absolutely fucking does. Like money solves the money problems. But if you lie, if you do not set clear expectations, those people are gonna eat you up, and they're gonna be so dissatisfied with you. They're gonna leave like bad reviews everywhere, and they're gonna go like out of their way to ensure that you fucking fail. So it's just not worth it, in my opinion, to do that or do any of that crap. And you're like much better off just simply like setting clear expectations, because you might lose some deals, but over a long enough period of time you're gonna make more money, because the people who work with you, they're gonna have the right expectations. And when people have the right expectations, they know everything about your product, like what exactly it can do and how much does it cost, like what exactly are you doing. Like when you give them everything, the chances of them churning and everything, it obviously significantly reduces, because they're completely aware, they're not dissatisfied. And the amount of like bad reviews it will leave you, like I don't know how to explain it. Like I kind of understand it in my head, but not well enough to explain it. But just understand, you make more money if you set clear expectations, and if like even if you don't make money, you have fucking peace of mind. And I think that's way worth more than money. And you only realize it once you lose your peace of mind. Those are the two freaking main things which I did to kind of solve this problem of feeling overwhelmed and everything. Another quick tip I like to give you is, I actually made like a video on this related to it, where I basically explained the concept. Like there are mostly two main components of a business. One is client acquisition, like getting clients, and one is fulfillment. And what most businesses struggle with, like what I struggled with, was the fact that in our businesses, like both client acquisition was hard and service delivery was hard as well. So if you have to do a lot of work to get clients, and then once you've gotten the client, you have to do a lot of work to fulfill for the clients as well, it's gonna be shit. So like at least one of them has to be easy. Either service delivery can be effortless, so it's completely automated, you're selling something like a software, and then your entire focus goes into client acquisition, or client acquisition can be effortless by you creating like a no-brainer offer, like I told you in the first part, like eliminating sales calls. So then your entire focus is on service delivery, and I made like an in-depth video on this, so I'm not even gonna get into it. If you want the link, just leave it in the description. And I think I wrote like one more point to myself before filming the video, and I actually forgot it, so I just wanted to see because it might be of value. Just a second. Yeah, I remember the third point. So the third point which I made was give yourself less time to work. Because yesterday I just had like a call where like I have a free WhatsApp community. I don't know if there's a link in the description to join or not. But in that community, I just like said, bro, it's been a very long time since I've spoken to all the people who watch me, whatever. And I just wanted to get on a call with like everyone. So like 20-30 people join, whatever. And I was just having a conversation, and a guy came to me and he said, like, yeah, bro, I'm working like 7 to 8 hours, blah, blah, blah. I just love the grind. If I don't grind, I don't feel good, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And he was making less than $500 a month, working like 7 hours a day. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even working on if you're not making like $1,000 and you're working like 7 hours a day? And like, not to diss on him, but what I realized is I saw myself in him. Because I've been guilty of finding pleasure. Like, I don't know how to fucking shut off. I don't know how the fuck you stop working. And that's a problem I have. Not knowing how the fuck can you be like, okay, bro, like this time is up. Now we stop working. So it's 5 p.m. We don't work after this. And I'm always in this constant 24/7 work mode. It is actually fucking terrible. Because I've, like, surprisingly, the times where I work the least is the time where I made the most amount of money. Because when you impose deadlines, when you tell yourself, like, you don't have, like, 1,000 fucking years to, like, work on your business. Like, when you tell yourself that you don't get to work 24/7 on your business every single day, your brain is forced to come up with innovative solutions to find ways to get the same amount of work you're doing in a shorter period of time. So if you're, let's say, feeling overwhelmed with service delivery, and you give yourself a deadline that every single day you cannot work for more than 4 hours a day, what your brain will do is it will come up with a solution like, there's no way I can like fulfill service delivery to like 10 clients with my video editing agency. Like, let's say you want to make $20,000 a month, you're charging like, let's say, $2,000 a month, and you have like 10 clients. Your brain will tell you like, there's no way I can like keep 10 freaking clients happy and satisfied working 4 hours a day. So now when you have imposed that deadline, when you told yourself that I cannot work more than these many hours, what you're gonna do is you're gonna be like, bro, how can I keep these people happy whilst working less than 4 hours a day? So now your brain is not gonna be thinking like, how do I like edit this video better? So you're not gonna be stuck working in the business. You're gonna think about working on the business, like how can you actually restructure this thing as a whole? And you're gonna think, maybe I can like find a fucking editor which does the work. I can do that thing, I can automate this outreach process, I can hire like a fucking BA which will do this, I can hire that guy for cold calling, I can hire this sales rep, whatever. And whenever I, like, a quick example, so if you remember, I gave the example that I completely restructured my offer and I eliminated sales calls. I got this idea of having a life-changing thing which will change the fucking trajectory of my business forever, which made my life 1,000 times better, simply because I asked ChatGPT, like, should I be focusing on my software or my agency or both? And it said like, bro, focus on your agency in the morning, like the service-based business. And after that, once you have like worked on it, like once you have done the work required to do that, then you focus on your software. So now that ChatGPT fucking told me I have to work on my software as well, I obviously knew I had to get this shit done with as quickly as possible. And when you're forced to like if you're ambitious, and you know that you won't sacrifice the things which you want. So if you have an aspiration with your current business, you want it to make like XYZ amount of money, you want to help people, you want to deliver good results as well, and you're not willing to compromise that, like your principles, morals and values, and then you're stuck with the obstacles that you don't have enough time to complete all the work, you'll be forced to think of such fucking creative solutions that you're going to be like, bro, like I can do that thing. And when you think this way, what are you basically doing? You're building leverage. You're forcing your brain to think, to come up with solutions which will allow you to get more done in the same amount of time. So you get more for what you put in. And last time I checked, like, what the fuck is that? Leverage. And leverage is one of the most important things for becoming rich. Because, like the Greek philosopher said, right, give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum to balance it, whatever, and I'll move the world. Basically saying like leverage is one of the most fucking powerful things in the world. Elon Musk has 24 hours a day and he's worth like $400-300 billion. And you might be working like, he's not working more than 4 times the amount of time you work, like the guy who's making like $500 a month. So even if he's working like, let's say, 5 times more than you, which is not possible because you're working like 6 hours a day, and 6 times 5 is 30, and there are like 24 hours a day, he should only be making like $2,500 a month. So how the fuck is he worth like $400 billion? So clearly you cannot outwork people in just like the number of hours. You need to get more for what you put in. The amount of work he puts in, it yields him like a massive fucking outcome. And like our brains, like at least I am humble enough to know that I'm not a fucking genius, that my brain will come up with solutions. So I force my brain to come up with solutions by imposing fucking deadlines. Like I need to get this work done. For example, like I don't know how to practically do this. Like I'll just give you like some examples of what I did. So I realized like I want to fucking enjoy at the beach in the morning because there was a beautiful girl I met on the walk, and I was like, bro, like I want to meet more people like her, and I want to enjoy, have a nice fucking beautiful awesome lovely life. And yeah, so I go on the beach, I have like a nice walk, whatever, and I'm like, bro, I have work in the morning, so how the fuck am I supposed to manage it? So then I come up with the solution that I can create like a content fucking calendar. I can use the deep research mode of ChatGPT to find problems my niche is facing, and then I can fucking cover it. So I don't have to think of video ideas, and then I can film like 7 fucking videos in a day, and then I'm sorted for the next week. And in that day, like I take care of my entire content. I use AI to repurpose that content into my newsletter content, into text-based content, whatever, and like automatically schedule it out so the content is going out and I don't have to work on it every single day, every day, all day, blah 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 blah. And like because I impose this deadline, like in this day I need to get like a week's worth of content out, I force my brain to be more creative. And when you have more leverage in your business, obviously it becomes less overwhelming. So those are the 3 things which I fucking did to make this agency thing like suck less and actually not be overwhelmed.